Hello and welcome to the first episode of Diary of a Linux Mint Noob. It's my hope that this video series, if it becomes a series, will highlight some of the plus points and maybe some of the negative points of using a Linux operating system in everyday life. There seems to be hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on YouTube showing people installing Linux and giving a review of the desktop environment and what apps are installed, or applications should I say, are installed by default with the distros that they choose. My take is hopefully a little bit different. I'm going to attempt to use this PC, which I've just installed Linux Mint 14 on, in an everyday use environment. So I'll be using it just as I would normally do. So hopefully the videos will be small snapshots of me attempting to do basic things as checking my email, surfing the web, but perhaps a little bit more advanced as we go along. Perhaps I'll try editing the video that I'm recording now, or I'll look at installing some games, or perhaps we'll look at using, I believe, there's an application called Wine, allows you to run Windows programs natively under Linux. So the first thing we'll do, I think, is just explain a little bit about the machine I've installed this on. It's an old laptop which I've repurposed for this job. It's probably about 5 years old. We'll just have a quick look at the specs of that. Now I believe we use the menu button down here, which is very similar, I suppose, to the start button in Windows. And I would say perhaps it's in Preferences or System Tools. What have we got in here? System Settings, System Monitor. Maybe it's in System Monitor. That's a bit like Task Manager or there. Yeah, so there we go. We can see a little bit of usage information. That's quite nice. Little graphs showing the CPUs that I've got. Dual core CPU in this laptop, 4 gig of RAM, and what we're using currently on our network throughput. If we just hop over to the System tab, you can see that it's a HP Compact 2710p, which is one of the small form factor PC laptops that HP did 5 years ago or so. You can see it's got an Intel Core 2 Duo, although it's labelled Centrino, so I believe they had some sort of wireless technology built into that chip. I'm not entirely sure. And it's only got a 40 gig hard drive in this model. The only upgrade it had was a RAM at the time. So it was my ex-works laptop. It's seen 4 years of hard use, and now has been written off. So I thought I'd have a go at putting Linux on there. Okay, so first of all, let's have a quick look at the desktop. Also, we've got a default wallpaper on there. Got 2 icons here: computer and home. I believe probably this is our kind of My Documents location, or our home folder, with all of our different folders in for various storage. So yeah, we've got these nicely themed icons, so music, videos, templates. I'm not exactly sure what we'd be using there. Perhaps sort of office templates or things like that maybe would go into there. Downloads, I imagine that speaks for itself. When we download stuff from the net, that'll go into there. Documents for our word processing, I imagine. Public, perhaps that's a pre-shared folder. Don't know much about sharing on Linux. Desktop, I imagine that's this folder where the home and computer icons are. And again, pictures, I guess that speaks for itself. So we can see on the left-hand side here, we've got this little bar here showing us some bookmarks, which I guess are quick links to these. So I guess wherever you are on the file system, you can link back here, and some hard links, I guess, there. So we've got home, which I guess is this home folder, desktop, again over here, file system. Again, I don't know a lot about the file system in Linux, but I guess that is sort of going to show us the roots of the hard drive and the folders which reside there, and wastebasket. There we go, opens the wastebasket. Devices, there we go, that's our hard drive. And network, I imagine that's if we've got any network shares. Oh yes, it's picked up my other PC on the network, which is quite cool. Okay, so just close that down. I imagine computer with the same thing. Oh yeah, okay, it shows the devices that are currently on there. Not sure what the difference is between my hard drive there and the file system. I know that's the 80 drive that I've currently got Windows and Linux on. There's a 40 gig partition on there which Linux Mint is installed on. So have to learn about that. I mean, there's going to be a lot of learning in this video. So let's close it down. Okay, so we've got down here this bar. I believe they call this the panel in Linux Mint. What we've got on here, we've got the menu that we've been into before. Show desktop. Okay, that makes sense. So we can just go straight back to the desktop. Should we have lots of windows open? I guess these are kind of like quick launch icons. So that's Firefox. I don't use Firefox myself. I used to. Nothing wrong with the browser, but I prefer Chrome. I've been using Chrome for a few years now. I'm not going to rate I'm going to make any comments about performance of Linux Mint on this laptop because I don't think it's fair, as the hardware isn't really current spec. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, so yeah, so okay, it's opened up Firefox, moved on to the web, to the linuxmint.com website. Okay, this looks like terminal, which is I guess in Windows speak similar to the command prompt. I might just see if that opens. Voila, great. Okay, that works. Not really done much with the terminal before. Don't really have much exposure to Linux-based operating systems. I have used Ubuntu in the past for a couple of months, but I was very much through the desktop GUI, didn't do much in the terminal. I have got a Vortex box, which I believe runs Fedora, and I have connected to that via SSH through PuTTY, and I have issued a few commands through there, but again my knowledge is very limited of that, so perhaps that's something we can explore later on. And here, files. Okay, yeah, so it's like clicking on the home. Okay, that's cool. Okay, two ways to do the same job, but I can understand that. I guess we can customize those. So over this side, let's have a look what we've got down here. All windows, and what that does. We've got nothing open. Perhaps we need to show all windows. Okay, what else have we got down here? Got time and date. I guess that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see 9th of May 2013. Cool. And what's this little shield icon down here? Now, I would guess, yes, I was going to guess that this is updates, as we usually have the Windows yellow shield in XP. Showing updates, so you can see I've got quite a few updates to install on there because this is a fresh install. I've done nothing with this laptop other than install Record My Desktop on it and connect to my Wi-Fi, or well, connect to my Wi-Fi and then install Record My Desktop on here. That's the Record My Desktop icon. That's my battery usage. There we go. All these little pop-ups. Show remaining time. Okay, we can customize that. Show remaining time. 16 minutes until it's charged. Okay, I guess that's the volume. That's the Wi-Fi. Bluetooth, I guess. I can change it, turn my Bluetooth on and off, make the laptop visible, I guess. Little up arrow settings. Okay, so alright, so we can edit the panel as well. Oh, I see. We can move elements around, can we? Perhaps we'll look at that a bit later on before I go breaking something I don't understand. Settings. Okay, so we've got themes, applets. Perhaps there's like desktop gadgets, panel, menu setting, all settings. Okay. So this is probably a more holistic overview, and then these are sort of sub settings that we can edit ourselves. But again, I won't go too much into there. And then this looks like a little speech on notifications. Oh, there we go. So it's showing that it's connected to my my Wi-Fi. We can clear that. I guess that's good if you miss little pop-ups, little notifications. Perhaps that stores them down there. Okay. Right then, let's have a look in the menu. So we've got here: quit, shut down the computer. Okay, log out and lock. Okay, so it looks like these are the commands to obviously control the computer's power state. Again, we've got shortcuts here to Files, Terminal, XChat, IRC. Well, I don't IRC, so I might have to get rid of that. Cinnamon settings. Okay, not sure. Perhaps that settings is perhaps the same as the panel settings we saw down here. Should we see? Let's go to all settings and see what comes up. cinnamon settings. Okay, so let's go in here and go into settings. Yes, it's the same. Okay, well, there we are, so we can get to the same thing from two different locations. Firefox, and what's this? Software Manager. Okay, I have used the Ubuntu Software Center before, so I'm imagining because Linux Mint is based off the Ubuntu project and Debian that it will probably use a similar system. But we'll have a look at that. Okay, again Firefox, and then we've got groups of applications here. Okay, internet. Oh right. Okay, so we've got lots of pre-installed applications that we could look through. Okay, some of them I know. I've got LibreOffice. Yeah, I believe that's based on OpenOffice. Graphics, GIMP I've used before. Okay, we've got some accessories as well. Okay, so down here, system tools. Okay, so that's similar to the Windows System Tools tab, I guess. So you've got things in there, perhaps like disk defragmenter and check disk and things like that. New logon. Okay, that's things we can explore later on, maybe. Okay, well, I think the first thing I'm going to do really is get rid of Firefox. To be honest, I don't use it myself. As I said, I'm sure lots of people do, and I've got no problem with Firefox at all. It's just that being an Android user, I have with an Android tablet, I've got an Android phone. I also use a lot of my my online activity is through Google. So let's go to google.com. There we go. Install Google Chrome. Let's see if we can just do this via the web browser as a normal Windows user would do. So download Chrome for Linux. Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, OpenSUSE. Well, I guess because we were based on the Ubuntu project, we should run. Okay, so I have a 32-bit.deb or 64-bit.deb. Now I think debs are kind of like installer files, say like exes or maybe even MSIs. I don't know exactly. It might be more akin to an MSI, because I know MSIs are sort of more of a package than an installer. But anyway, so well, we're running 64-bit Mint. We might as well stick with the 64-bit version of Chrome. So we'll install that. Okay, we've got a little pop-up to say what are we going to do. We're going to save that. Okay, and we'll get that downloaded. Shouldn't take too long. My internet connection holds out. Okay. Oh, we've got a little notification that's appeared on the screen there, and it's dropped away. Oh right, yeah, and we can see, there we go, look, the little exclamation mark and notification, little one there, so saying that we've had a download complete. And if we click on that, it brings focus back to it. Okay, so just double click on that. As I said, I'm not trying to do anything that a normal Windows user wouldn't do, so I'm just sort of intuitively following my mouse cursor here. So install. Away it goes. Okay, so it's checked that all the dependencies are satisfied. Okay, that's good, I guess. So let's install the package. So here we go, asking me to type my password in. In we go. A little bit, I guess. Ooh, whoops! A little bit like the UAC, I guess, in Windows Vista onwards, prompting you to elevate your user session to an administrative session, and I'm having some trouble getting my password right there. So there we are. We'll see if that installs. So it's finished installing. I've got a little checkbox here to automatically close after changes have been successfully applied. I'll leave that unchecked at the moment because I would like to know what it's done. So yeah, we can close that. We've got an installation complete notification or progress bar across there. That's good. Still got a prompt here to install package. Alright, we've got the progress bar going across again. There we go. So we've got two options now, to reinstall or remove package. Okay, so it looks like it should be able to get rid of Chrome. We can do it that way. Okay, so we'll close down Firefox now, and we'll have a look, see if we can find Chrome. So I guess we're going into the menu, I guess internet maybe. Oh yeah, and there's Google Chrome. Okay, so we can launch that, I guess, by just clicking on, left clicking. So right click. Okay, we got a little drop down which pushes that next application icon down. So we can add to panel, which I guess is down here, which I'd probably do to get rid of the Firefox one. So it's add to panel. Yeah, there we go. And we right click again. Add to favourites. Now I wonder if I add to favourites. Yes, I was wondering if I add to favourites, it goes into this bar here. Okay, so I imagine we can right click now on Firefox up here and remove. No. Okay, so let's go back to internet. Firefox, right click. Ah, there we go. Remove from favourites. There we are. So I've got Google Chrome here. I wonder if we can change where this appears. Yes, we can at the top. Okay, I like that. So we've got it down here as well. We'll right click on Firefox down there. We can remove, and perhaps I'll drag that over there. So it's my first icon. So Google Chrome. Let's get this up and running. Okay, so make Google Chrome the default browser. Yep, automatically send the usage statistics and crash reports to Google. Well, why not? I imagine it'll probably crash a lot on my poor old laptop. So let's start it up. Okay, that fired up quite nicely. It's asking me to sign in, so I have got an email address and password, which I will put in and return back in a second. Okay, just signed in, and it's now showing me as being signed in over on the right hand side. And brilliant! There we go. There's all my my bookmarks that I've got, and these are all synced. Some of these are work-based bookmarks. Some of these are personal bookmarks. But that's smashing. That's come across. Okay, so I imagine I'll be able to go and view the BBC's website. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Now this is one thing. I've installed Linux Mint this afternoon, and one thing I've found through working with Windows PCs is obviously there is a lot of dependencies, plugins, drivers that you have to install, and there we go. We can see that this video is running, and I've not installed Flash. I think it does come down with Google Chrome. I believe Google Chrome manages its own extensions and plugins, so I might be giving false praise here to the Linux Mint installation process, but that is rather nice to see. So let's search for one of my favourite videos. World of Tanks, the game I love to fail at. Let's find Bohemian Eagle. There he is, and let's check out his latest videos. And oh, there we go. Straight away, we've got a video playing. I'm not too impressed with the quality. Maybe let's make that full screen. Let's change the quality. Let's see if we can get it up to 720p at least. And oh, there we are. Okay. Whether or not this is my laptop rendering the video, or whether it's Linux, I don't know. I can see some artifacts on the screen, so I'll just come out of that now because it's rather noisy. Do apologise, but again, it's working out the box. That's rather nice. Okay, so it looks like I can browse around the web quite successfully. It looks like I should be able to check my emails as well. I do have some plugins which don't appear to have come across with this version. I've usually got my Gmail checker on there, but that's not there at the moment. But okay, so far so good. Okay, let's see how easy it is to remove Firefox. So let's have a look. We're probably going into administration, I think, because we're going to do something administrative. And we've got the software manager. Okay, let's go into there. So again, I need to elevate my user to administrator. I quite like that, although I really am having some issues with my password. Okay, so it starts up. Yeah, this splash screen really isn't in keeping with the rest of the GUI that Linux Mint presents with you. Okay, this is. So let's find Firefox. Okay, so I can see Firefox here. It's got a tick next to it, so I'd imagine that is because it's installed. So here we go. You see, yes, tick is installed. Okay, so let's remove that then. So I'm not going to be using Firefox on this laptop. So there we've got progress bar along the bottom, and not installed. It's been removed. Okay, that was very easy. Obviously, you need an internet connection to do any of this. This software installation, or I imagine not removal, or you have to download them. I'd imagine. Perhaps you can download the source files and get the software center to look at them from a download. I don't know, but anyway, there we go. If you go into internet, we can see now that I no longer have Firefox installed. Okay, well I shall leave it from there. I shall see now whether or not I can edit this video and get it together in some sort of usable form. The next episode, perhaps we'll look at installing some other applications. We'll look at some of the further settings we can do, and also I'll see if I can use the machine as I would do in my everyday use at home, or perhaps do a little bit of housekeeping with some of the videos some of the DVDs I've been ripping with my Vortex box. We'll see if we can connect to the Vortex box, see how easily that runs. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you like it, please rate, subscribe, or leave a comment. That'd be great.